What is up, everybody? I am Ant, your WWE pay-per-view champion, the hot commodity, joined by my good friend and co-host. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Christian Morales. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my camera here. Co-host of the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Here to talk about some SmackDown here. We're getting close to the Rumble, so I'm gonna admit the last couple of episodes of SmackDown haven't been the best. But we have a week or so until the Rumble, so
Yep.
let's see what goes on.
And I cannot wait to defeat you and defend my WWE pay-per-view championship at the Royal Rumble live January 28th. Where are they again? They're going to be where? In Texas?
The Alamo Dome.
Alamo Dome. Are they in the Alamo Dome? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Again? Oh, baby, bitch, I cannot wait. Listen, I ask you a question. What do you think about the fact that you have a match against me at the Royal Rumble?
You know,
It doesn't matter what you think about the match at the Royal Rumble because what matters is I'm going to beat your ass. Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna win. Me and my friends back in the day, they no longer watch wrestling. They think wrestling is for fucking kids. But in 2016, we used to always watch like when Alexa Bliss and like Becky Lynch and all of them like first came in the main roster scene. We used to always like bet, like throw money in like who gets the best predictions, like gets them like so. And I used to win most of the time. So I'm not. I'm ready.
We'll see. Listen, I'm excited. We're gonna have a good. It's gonna be a great predictions episode. Listen, and I'm not a terrible loser. Like if I lose, I'll lose. But let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lose. I am the forever champion, the hot commodity, your WWE pay-per-view champion, the longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time. So, yes, Christian, we are covering WWE Friday Night
You
SmackDown.
were only holding that championship that long because there hasn't been a pay-per-view in months.
That's not my fault. Blame WWE. How is that? Don't hate the player, hate the game. It's not my fault. And if there was a pay-per-view, I would have retained it. You gotta yell at Vince McMahon. And by the way, I
Who
mean,
came close? Before we get into who came close besides you? Like you won, obviously. Who came close?
so
Who?
Tyler held the championship, and what happened was
Oh, so I got to be worried about Tyler if he.
Tyler. We've all So Tyler held it. Dan's held it before. Dan, I have to hit up Dan. Dan, we love you. I have to hit you up. He's gonna be mad at me. I've been gone for a while. It's okay, Dan. Much love.
Shout out Dan.
Shout out Dan. Dan, much love. We've all maybe we'll do like a big Royal Rumble one, just the Royal Rumble special. Have a bunch of people. But anyways, so he Tyler had it, but he wasn't able to be there to defend his title as predictions for the Survivor Series. So I won the title. I won the vacant WWE pay-per-view championship. So thank you, Tyler. Thank you, because
Shout out to Tyler. He's a good guy. I like him.
Tyler's the bomb. Tyler, we got some nice stuff from Tyler that will be posted in our next couple of episodes. I'm excited for that.
Do you guys record the Raw's War recently?
Not yet, we will be, but he's been doing some
Nice,
promos and stuff, so I'm excited for that. Uh,
nice.
yeah, so let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown from January 13th, 2023, live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It reminds me of Mr. Kennedy. From Green, Mr. Kennedy.
Anderson.
Anderson, yeah. So we started Friday Night SmackDown with the WWE Intercontinental Championship on the line. The champion Gunther with Imperium defending against the monster Braun Strowman. And just some quick notes on this match. Braun tosses Gunther outside and he tosses him to the outside of the ring. Strowman runs through Gunther over the announce table. Gunther sends Strowman into the post outside. Imperium attacks Strowman, allowing Gunther to nail chops to him. Strowman nails a spine buster and gets a 2 count. Gunther nails a drop kick and a flying body splash and gets a 2. Strowman climbs the top rope, but Gunther nails a power bomb and gets a 3 count. Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship. And this match wasn't really too long, in my opinion. But what do you think about Gunther defending? I mean, this match was built up since, like,
No, yeah.
so
I thought
do you
I
think?
thought this was a great match. These are two fucking big ass dudes that work very, very well. This is like I said, ever since Strowman came back, I wanted to see him do more with somebody that's more of an opponent, not somebody that he can just toss around and bitch outside of the ring all day. So Gunther worked it out that match. I'm just happy to see Strowman back in the WWE. He's in the main title, or not main, sorry, in the mid card title scene right now. Um, Gunther winning is fine though. Maybe this is gonna set up another match. Hopefully, I think they could have an outstanding match maybe at WrestleMania. Um, that's of course if
I
none of
I
them
have a
win.
theory about Gunther's WrestleMania point. We'll talk about that later on with the backstage segment. But go ahead.
Okay, so if none of them win the Rumble, which I know none of them will, they'll probably have the match at Mania. So and they both have good matches. So I don't know. There's nothing much to say because it was kind of a disappointing match. Because these are again, it wasn't long. These are two guys. This could have been a main event match, really, if they really wanted to make it good. So hopefully we see another match with them. I want to see them fight at WrestleMania.
If Braun doesn't fight Gunther at Mania, who do you want to see Braun? What do you want to see next for Braun?
That's tough. Um, Maybe a feud with I don't know how you would. I don't know how they could build that. Maybe after the whole Sami Zayn bloodline shit, and maybe if they split the titles, maybe we could see him in the main title run on SmackDown.
Okay.
Um, Again, as much as I like Strowman and I'm happy to see him back in WWE, he's just one of those guys I just don't know what they could do with. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
Braun's hard.
Ricochet, like Top Dollar, all those like guys that are just I don't know what they can do with them. They're on TV every week, fighting the same guys, doing the same shit. So I don't know. I don't know what's really next for these guys because they came back. He hasn't been back yet he's only been back a couple months. I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see what's next for Strowman
I
myself.
don't know it's Strowman because he is very like athletic, like the way he runs around and stuff. But again, like it's hard to pair him with people. So speaking of pairing people up, Sami Zayn shows up at the Bloodline's door, but of course Paul Heyman opens the door and he basically says, "Sammy, the tribal chief wants you to do it all on your own tonight, defeat Kevin Owens without any help." And Sammy says, "I will take care of it." And that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. So, just constant letdown for Sammy, man. He does so much for this group, man, and they don't give a fuck. What do you
Eh,
think?
I think you basically just said like what is obvious is this isn't good for Sammy.
For
They're
Sammy.
turning on his ass.
I love Sammy, and I'm so, you know what? But
They're
this
turning on his
this
ass,
is
man.
becoming magic though, because this is getting us to care in my eyes.
I'm gonna cry when this day comes.
Yeah, like
I just wonder how it's gonna happen though.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I don't know. I have a feeling whether it happening at Rumble or probably around Mania. Or what I have a theory. I have some theories. Can I tell you my theory that I have?
Absolutely,
So
man.
I think Rock is gonna win the Rumble, and a lot of people are saying that they're gonna have Roman fight both nights and defend the titles separately. So have Roman fight The Rock, maybe have him beat Rock, right? Because I mean, The Rock's not really gonna win. It would be great to see The Rock come back, but I don't really want to see him be champion. And then the next night have him fight someone else. He could fight Sammy the next night if they build it, or Sammy could try to cross Roman that, or I don't know, something I think could happen there. But I don't know. I just have a feeling that either at Mania or the Rumble, he's going to turn. It has to be on a big stage. It can't just be on SmackDown.
It has to be at the Rumble, man. Because they're not gonna, like you said, if they're not gonna do it on a SmackDown, they're gonna have to do that at the Rumble.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Well,
Yeah,
here's something
hacker.
exciting. Rey Mysterio comes out to the ring And Ray said, I always said the holidays were special to me. And he says, I didn't have a very Merry Christmas. My son Dominic tried to ruin things for me. And now Dominic's walking around like he's a thug. As a father, I'm sad. But as a man, he says something like that's fucked. I don't know, he says something like that. I'm not gonna let Dominic provoke me. I am entering and winning the Royal Rumble match. And then Karrion Kross and Scarlett come down. And Cross says, someone like you needs goals. Otherwise, I don't know how you peel your broken ass up every day. We remember 17 years ago when you won the Royal Rumble match. I'm sure that was special for you, but you weren't around for Dominic as a kid, right? At the end of the day, who do you hate more? Your son Dominic for not wanting to be you, or yourself for being a failure to raise him? And then Rey Mysterio attacks. He tries to attack Cross, but Scarlett trips him up, and then Cross applies the cross jacket on Rey. What is Cross's deal with Rey? I mean, we still don't know. We know that he doesn't like the fact that he thinks he's an old timer and time's up for him. But this is like a really random like sort of storyline between these two that was just randomly like thrown together. What do you think?
I don't know what Cross wants to has I don't know why he cares so much about, a father and son relationship, but this was a good promo all around.
Hmm.
Now listen, they need to book Dominic versus Ray at the Rumble. Now, if they are
At,
going to do that,
at
I'm
the
sorry, at Mania,
okay,
they
maybe.
need to book Ray versus Dominic at the Mania. But they need to do something to make Ray want to fight him. He
Yeah,
doesn't want to fight him. He'll never fight his son. They need to make
he
it,
needs to attack the mother.
something has to happen.
He needs to have Rhea attack the mom and daughter, and then he has to give the father he has to give Ray's dad a heart attack. I'm sorry, I'm thinking TV 14, but that would be the only reason why you would go after your kids if they hurt your parents. In
I
my
agree.
that if I was a writer, that's what I'd say, but it's not going to happen. But
Yeah.
um,
We'll see.
we'll see. Yes. So we then go to the women backstage. We see Liv Morgan, Emma, and Maxine, and they pretty much think that Liv is crazy for wanting to enter number one in the women's Royal Rumble match this year. Uh, and Raquel Rodriguez walks up. I don't really know what Raquel says to her, but Liv gets offended and slaps the shit out of her. And I'm sorry. Raquel says, "I'm sick of being forgotten and forgotten about the fact that I am the biggest and baddest woman in this division." What do you think? Do you think Raquel really is the biggest and baddest in the division right now?
No. I mean, she's the biggest. I don't know if she's the baddest, but I think Liv slapping the shit out of her is
Mhm.
making her confidence go up, and I think Raquel wants to keep improving. So I don't know what we're gonna see between these two, but maybe a match on SmackDown.
I love Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's awesome. Well, the two of them fight on SmackDown.
Sh- Huh?
They have a match tonight. The one that we're
Oh,
talking
do they? Okay.
about. I love you, Christian. You are the high five. You are the
Sorry, I'm
best.
kind of upset today. They just announced my favorite Netflix show is coming to an end this season. So
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai is coming to an end this
Oh yeah,
season.
because you did karate. Respect. I've
That was
never seen the Karate Kid. I have to watch it. Is it good?
How old are you? What year were you born?
I was born in 1993, so like I'm old enough to have seen it. I just haven't watched it.
The movie came out in like 19.
It came out in the 80s, but
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. So it came out in 84. But you gotta watch it. It's really good. It's a good story. Um I don't recommend watching Cobra Kai if you haven't watched all three
yeah,
Karate Kids.
no.
Like I watched all three Karate Kids. That's why Cobra Kai makes complete sense to me. But good show. Good show. I recommend it. But sorry to get off track here.
No, you're
Um
not. This is the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. It's weird.
so no, but Raquel, okay, so they have a match tonight.
Yeah.
Man, if Liv Morgan wins, that's gonna be huge upset. I don't think we'll see Liv Morgan in the SmackDown Women's title run anytime soon, especially, with Charlotte Flair just coming back and she still has unfinished business with maybe Ronda,
Oh,
maybe
don't say that.
maybe some. Hey man, we know it's gonna happen, man. We
All
know.
right.
But
Well, we
I'm
know this
excited.
match is next. Tegan Nox taking on Xia Li. These two have issues. Xia Li attacked Tegan Nox a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. Xia drops Tegan hard off the top rope to the mat. Xia with tosses Xia. I'm sorry. Xia tosses Tegan around the ring, and Tegan lands a shiniest wizard and gets a 3 count in a very quick match. This match doesn't really matter. I mean, these two women are like good wrestlers, obviously, but they really didn't do anything. Uh, are you happy to see Tegan Nox back? I mean, she had this
I
big
don't care
return.
too much about her.
Yeah, she's really not doing much.
I knew who she was, obviously. Um, but when I saw her come back, she didn't do too much for me in NXT to care about her return. It's not like Mia Yim. Like when I saw Mia Yim come back and I was there live at the show,
She's the
I was so
HBIC.
hell yeah, I was so excited. Because I loved her. She had good work in NXT and she was one of those people that shouldn't have been cut in the first place. But like with Tegan Nox, she didn't do too much in NXT for me to be like, oh my God, like yes, like Mia Yim is, you know what I mean? Like I just don't think I'm just not ex unless I don't know, like I'm not too excited for her at all,
That's
to
okay.
be honest.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
She's
Xia
she
Li, I
when she
liked in
comes on,
NXT.
yeah,
Go
when
ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
even both of them when they come on the screen, it's kind of like I'm gonna go make some food or something, like take a piss real quick before
Okay.
like something else. Like I'm sorry, but like I just
No, respect, respect.
they needed it's all a lot of these NXT wrestlers for me personally. And before you talk about the next segment, like
Go
for
ahead.
me personally, these NXT wrestlers that I grew up like watch like you know Black and Gold days, Gargano, Ciampa, Adam Cole, Keith Lee, those guys. You know it. Well, I'm not gonna really talk about like Cole and Keith because they're not in WWE anymore. But for me, I feel like a lot of these people are so different from their NXT, like they or like that, and they've put some of the best NXT matches ever. Not even just NXT matches, but some of, in my opinion, greatest WWE matches ever, like Gargano, Ciampa, even like Bianca, Ripley, like girls like those. But Tegan Nox just doesn't fit those. When I think of NXT women, I think of, Rhea, Bianca, Mia Yim, Shotzi, girls like those. I just don't think of Tegan Nox. I just don't.
Well, yeah, Tegan Nox, she always got injured too. Remember, she was always out. She really didn't do much when she was there. The only thing
Right.
I remember was her street fight against Dakota Kai, and that's really it.
Dakota
But
Kai's another shout out Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler.
that's
Hell
right.
yeah.
Well, we see a Viking Raiders promo with Valhalla, and basically she says that Drew and Sheamus, that suffering awaits for them. Really not much to say here, just corny, just Viking Raiders shit. And then we see Drew McIntyre and Sheamus backstage. They want a match against the Viking Raiders. And Adam Pearce says that you have an opportunity. Next week, he's making a tag team tournament for the WWE SmackDown tag team titles. Exciting, I don't think that the teams have been listed yet, or maybe they have, but I don't know. Who do you think would be a good contender for the titles?
I don't know, because I think they're gonna set up for the SmackDown tag team titles,
Mm-hmm.
just the SmackDown tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the Judgment Day will beat them. So I think that's the only championship they'll have. I don't think any of these tag teams are gonna get this chance. I think they're going to build KO and Sammy for it. I
Okay.
don't think it's gonna be KO versus Roman at the Rumble. I don't think they're gonna like I like your prediction. I respect the fuck out of it, and I think
Give
it
me
could
main. What do
possibly
you mean? What do you mean?
like you said that they were gonna. Your prediction is Roman Reigns is gonna defend his one title against The Rock and one title against
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sammy
yeah, 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 yeah.
at Mania. My prediction is Sammy's just gonna be involved with the tag team titles with KO. Um, but like that's why I don't think like the Viking Raiders.
I
No, I
just
don't
think it's
think.
so. I feel like they're not. I'm sorry to cut you off. I
No,
just feel
you're
like
good.
they're missing a big opportunity because this storyline has been going on for like since legit since when October.
No, and I agree.
This is
I
a
agree.
WrestleMania worthy main event in my eyes because it's like the way it's been built up so far. Like
So you
you
think
say you're
Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns? Picture it. Main event of WrestleMania Night 2. Roman Reigns
for
versus
night
Sam.
one.
Hell no. Roman Reigns is gonna main event the second night. It's Roman Reigns.
No,
He ain't
I'm
main.
saying no. My theory is that
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah, if he does The Rock, that's definitely gonna be the last match of the fucking year. But no, I don't know. But if I'm wrong about KO and Sammy not getting the titles, maybe I don't want to
I
say
just think
Drew.
the reason why I hear what you're saying in terms of like marquee, like big names, but right now Sammy is the most over person in WWE.
Yes.
So it's like, I mean, technically, he kind of would be selling seeds if he's the most over guy and he's fighting the tough. And that's been the storyline for the whole almost since when did he join the Bloodline? August,
Right.
you
But
know?
yeah, but to answer your question, I don't want to say Drew
Yep,
and Sheamus because they're not a legit tag team. So
yep.
I'm just gonna say the Viking or not the Viking Raiders. I don't know. There's not too many good tag teams on
Well, I
SmackDown.
mean, it doesn't mean that they're gonna win. It just means that they're contenders, right?
No, I know, but I still don't think Viking Raiders are worthy to be contenders.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on a little bit more on the SmackDown
All
tag team
right.
division because the Raw tag team division stacked.
That's on fire. Well, speaking on fire, Bray Wyatt comes out to the ring and he sits in a rocking chair. Bray says, "We forget what made us in the first place. All you had to do was revel in what you are. I remember I am the eater of worlds. I am the I am Uncle Howdy. At the Royal Rumble, it will be my baptism, rebirth, and LA Knight when the lights go out, run." So a very menacing message there by Bray Wyatt to LA Knight. But what does he mean? I am Uncle Howdy. This is going to be my rebirth. Obviously, he's not Uncle Howdy. What's going on? We're starting to see the old Bray Wyatt with the old, like, the sheet mask and like,
I don't
what's
understand why he's saying I'm Uncle Howdy when we clearly saw him. See, this is what I'm not understanding about the fucking story. Uncle Howdy attack. We clearly saw Uncle Howdy attack him last week. We saw Uncle Howdy appear on Raw. Like, I don't think Uncle Howdy is Bray Wyatt at
no,
all. That's stupid. It's Bo Dallas. No one's gonna change my mind. Um, I don't know. It's just another promo. Like, we see this shit every fucking week.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing special anymore about him to me. We don't see him wrestle. It's not like I'd rather have him go back to his Fiend character because he actually wrestled. If I'm being quite honest.
Okay. Well, let's move on because you're right. Like, there's just a promo, really not much to say from it. We see Kevin Owens backstage with Sami Zayn, and Sami says, "Why did you do this? You didn't leave me alone." And Kevin's like, "I didn't put you in these situations. Roman did. He used you." And Sami's like, "He's not using you. How many times have you seen Roman Reigns hug me? He's not using me." And Kevin's just like, "Dude, you are like out of your mind. I've been there. We've all been used by somebody. We all feel bad. And we've also have been in Kevin's place, the friend that has been fucked over because you try to tell your friend the truth and they get mad at you." I really like this storytelling and I'm excited for the main event because of that reason. We can I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, you've said before, it's a good storyline. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Yeah.
Just another.
Yeah.
I don't think Roman would be happy uh to know that Owens and Sammy are interacting while
Mhm.
behind his
Like
back.
this, yeah. Um,
So let's see how that works out. But I don't know, just another s- point that KO's trying to make about Sammy think like maybe the bloodline's brainwashing him because every time he hugs Sammy, we see he looks at the camera, funny smiles. So yeah, nothing to talk about, but those are just some key thoughts right there.
this isn't much to talk about this next promo either, but I'm just gonna mention it because I brought it up earlier. We see Imperium in the doctor's room, and Gunther says, "Today is a glorious day. I've overcome my greatest challenge yet. I will throw body after body out at the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania." Here's who I think Gunther's gonna fight at Mania: Brock Lesnar. He just said my greatest challenger yet. He's destroying all these big dudes. Lesnar Suplex City versus a chop fest. It's gonna be that's what I'm hoping. But what do you think about that? They do that Lesnar versus Gunther.
No, I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk. That's not even something I would like
Okay,
to talk about
okay.
because that. What are they gonna do? Give Brock Lesnar the Intercontinental Championship? Like,
No,
if
they'll
you're gonna,
probably do
if
some kind of like disqualification or something, and
no, that'd be a absolute disappointment to what could have been a really good match. So, no, I never want to hear anyone say that again because
it happen. I've been
no. Then get the fucking title to Strowman.
Yeah, they'll probably take it. What probably should happen is have like Lesnar come out and say your biggest challenger, have him lose. I don't know. But let's talk about this before we go on break, and then we'll come back and discuss our thoughts about the match after break. Liv Morgan taking on Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel attacks Liv to start. Liv sends Raquel over the top rope and sends Raquel into the ring post and steps. Liv puts Raquel onto the announce table and climbs, but Raquel moves and Raquel nails a Tahana bomb and gets a 3. I guess we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So I guess we could break this down. So Liv didn't win. Raquel was able to prove that she is the baddest and biggest bitch, I guess, in the roster. What do you think? She shut up Liv Morgan tonight.
Hey, I still give respect to Morgan for slapping the shit out of her. She shows a lot of heart. But man, I don't think she's looking better in the ring. Um, she hasn't looked too good even when she was the SmackDown Women's Champion. She's just so fucking over with everybody. Um, you know, she kind of just looked like a fool, in my opinion. Raquel just got an easy win, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just giving her momentum to potentially challenge for the title soon. Maybe
100%.
she wins the Royal Rumble. Who knows?
Raquel Rodriguez. I like to see that. Well, we are going to take our first break of the night, but before we go, I did want to mention this. We are recording this a couple of days after, but we do want to send our well wishes and rest in peace to Jay Briscoe, correct? I want to make
Yes,
sure
sir.
of
Yep,
the
yep,
Briscoe
you're right.
brothers. He was young. There was a terrible accident. Um, Very important. Wear your seatbelts when you're driving. And hold
Shout
your
out to his daughters too, man.
shout out to the daughters and everything. Yeah,
They got pretty fucked up in the accident
yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, the only reason I feel like they survived it was because they had
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
hardwood stuff.
Man, dude,
Um,
that fucking broke my heart, man. R.I.P. Jay Briscoe.
yeah,
I mentioned this before we take our first break. I'm such a OG, just Ring of Honor fan in general. So when I got the news on my Apple Watch, I was working out, dude. I wanted to cry. So yeah, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe, man. Huge fan. Shout out to
all
Mark
right.
Briscoe too.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. Yes, we are the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. You're checking out our WWE Friday Night SmackDown recap from January 13th. And I want you to show that later, Christian, after the main event. You have a theory that could be possible. So definitely.
Cool.
All
And it
right.
actually does have to do with my theory. So
Mhm. Okay, so uh, we see Sonya Deville backstage, and she wants a rematch against Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Again, I don't know why anyone cares about this, but I guess they do. And we see Charlotte and Sonya fight backstage. Charlotte tosses Sonya over crates, and she jumps. Sonya jumps off the crates with an elbow to Charlotte, and the two of them are separated, which means eventually we'll see them fight in street fight. I don't think anyone really cares about this. I don't know why they send Sonya Deville in anytime there's a like. Here's my problem with WWE. They always give these people who like literally stand no chance title shots. You know Sonya is not going to win. I know you said earlier that you doubt Liv. Then have Raquel challenge her. Have somebody else who at least seems a bit more um worthy of a title shot. But what do you think of Sonya fighting Charlotte?
I just think Charlotte just beat the shit out of her. No,
Yeah.
seriously, seriously. I don't think anyone wants to see this match that much. Sonya Deville, I believe the reason why she was doing that whole executive shit with Pierce wasn't she hurt for the longest time and then she got
Yeah.
medically cleared? I think I could be wrong. If anyone's if you're listening to this, correct me if I'm wrong. I could have sworn that the reason why she was doing that was because she got hurt, and the reason why they had, her smack Pierce and like her do all that, get fired, is because she got medically cleared to compete again. Um, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I just don't think she's all that. I never thought she was all that. Even when she was with, her whole thing with Mandy Rose, she just doesn't catch my eye. She's an excellent mixed martial artist. So I I think, she could go to the UFC and really dominate the women's bantamweight division over there. But WWE, Miss Deville, like I respect Sonya Deville, first openly gay WWE superstar, she does a lot for her community, so I respect the hell out of it, but I just don't think WWE's it for her. But she's a hell of a mixed martial artist. So, but she just doesn't catch my eye when she wrestles. Like no.
I have news here. I don't know if this is, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off if this is breaking news or not, but I don't think we're gonna get Rock versus Roman this year. So it says the Wrestling Observer newsletter, The Rock has indicated to WWE that he
Is
won't
this Dave Meltzer?
pop. Yes.
I don't want to hear if it's Dave Meltzer. I don't believe a fucking word that. Okay, say it still, but I'm not listening to a
Okay.
goddamn word he says.
So he says The Rock has indicated to WWE that he won't have time to get into shape. He feels he needs to be in the main event wrestling alongside Reigns with the XFL launch coming up.
Oh, give me a fucking break. That's why I don't listen to anything that fucker says. You're gonna tell me first off. The XFL. Yes, the XFL starts in February. Starts, I believe, like the second week of February. It starts after the Super Bowl. The XFL, he doesn't run. Him and another person run the XFL. It's not just him. So that's bullshit. We see him at the gym every single fucking day on his Instagrams.
Yeah.
We see. You're gonna say he doesn't get training, doesn't need any
I think
stay in
it's a way
shape
to
for
get
his
the
movie
internet to
roles.
think it's.
I think
I
Dave Meltzer's a
yeah.
fucking idiot and should stop doing whatever he does. I don't listen to a goddamn word that motherfucker says.
Jim Cornette's gonna fuck him up after this, man.
Yo, no, look, I'm a member of the Cult of Cornette, but I do
The
disagree with.
cult of Cornette.
I disagree. Like, sorry to get off topic. I'm not gonna talk too much about this. Just one thing. Jim Cornette that I don't like, but I love him to death. The only thing I disagree with him on is women's wrestling. He thinks women's wrestling is a big joke, but I think women's wrestling right now is
Oh,
as
it's the
big as
best.
it's big. It's as big as it's ever
When has
been.
he ever really gotten into the ring to mix it up to really know? And every
Yeah,
time he
so
was in
like
the ring, he was a joke in the ring. So I
like
guess that's
he
what
talks shit about like the Brit Breakers, like all those motherfuckers. But like, dude, like they're women's wrestling the pop Soraya got when she returned, the pop like man, the pop Charlotte got, man. I just, you know what I mean. But sorry to get off topic. I just
No,
wanted to
you're not
bring
getting
that
on
up.
top. That's totally fine. Let's talk about our main event though. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. These guys had another great match. It seems like these two fight like every year though, but it's okay. Uh, Kevin nails a clothesline to Sami outside. Sami stomps on KO outside and dives onto KO. KO sends Sami into the railing. Sami lands a suplex to KO onto the ring apron. KO hits a frog splash and gets a two. Sami nails a blue thunder bomb and gets a two. KO goes for a swanton bomb, but Sami gets his knees up, avoiding it. KO nails a brain buster off the top rope and gets a two. Both men punch each other. Sami hits an exploder suplex. KO hits a clothesline. And before anything else can happen, the Usos run in and attack Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens wins by disqualification. After the Usos hit Kevin Owens with a 1D, Sami looks shocked. He's asking what's going on. Solo hits a Samoan spike, and Kevin is laid out on the announce table. Sami tells the Usos, "Let me do my job." Usos tell him, "You did it. You did good. You did a good job." Solo leaps from the railings and lands a huge splash to Kevin Owens through the table. So Kevin Owens, man, getting laid out by the bloodline. Sami Zayn is looking confused. He's like, "Let me do my job." Obviously, I think he does mean let me do my job, but I also think he's also trying to protect his friend a little bit there. But what do you think about this to end SmackDown's Sami Kevin getting the DQ? I mean, Solo just nailing that huge body slap through the announce table. What do you think?
So I have a couple things to say about this actually. That was a good match between KO and Sammy. Obviously, they're best friends. They have incredible chemistry together. Um, they fucked up with this disqualification, in my opinion. But I see why they did it. You got to go further in with the story. Um, this is just making Sammy look kind of weak. That, in my opinion, the fact that he the bloodline, that did this, but I think Sammy looked genuinely shocked that like they didn't know. Obviously, Sammy was no thought they weren't like in the building. Um, you know, I liked how the Usos, they were like, "Hey, Sammy, like you did good," but like I just think Sami Zayn just looked like an idiot.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like an idiot.
He didn't know he wasn't a part of the group. He didn't know what the plan was.
he didn't know what the plan was. Like he wasn't expecting it. Like he wanted to prove to the tribal chief that he could do it himself. He wanted to, make up for the loss against him and Cena. So they use Sammy to try to weak Kevin Owens, but like again, Sammy didn't know that was the plan. Um, he wasn't unsure about celebrating after. I don't know. This is all curious, man. But when I want to show this picture here.
Oh yeah, show us this picture.
So I earlier mentioned in the pod that my theory is that KO and uh Sammy will end up. Oh god damn it! I fucking just exited out the picture. Anyway, so there's this picture at the end of SmackDown when they before they go off the air. The Bloodline and the Uso or the Bloodline and Sammy are throwing the ones up, and KO is grabbed. Like if you look very, very closely, zoom in, you see KO grabbing Sami Zayn's boot. And like Sammy looks very like he doesn't look like he really wants to celebrate. So those little hints you gotta watch out for because I'm not gonna lie, I think they're doing a good job with the story in my opinion because I still can't give you a good answer on what they're gonna do just because there's so many different ways the story could be played out. Um, but I'm excited to see it. Um, we just got to keep on the lookout for those hints, man. And
Yeah,
I
man.
think I think we're all in for a good surprise and a beautiful ending to the story. Not beautiful, but just like a shocking
Beautiful
ending to the
ending.
story.
Um, I always ask you this. I'm gonna ask you these questions. What was your moment of the night, and what do you hope to see next week on SmackDown?
My moment of the night was Liv Morgan
Slap.
slapping Raquel.
Yeah,
Just because that was pretty ballsy. I even was like, oh shit. And
right.
she's building up her in-ring needs work, but she's showing a lot of confidence.
Mhm.
So that's good to see.
And what are you hoping for next week? What are you hoping to see?
Like tonight, I am hoping tonight. Well, we definitely need to hear from like Roman or something from the bloodline. I think they're gonna start the show like they always do.
Mhm.
Um, I think we need to get up a little more on the Gunther and Strowman. I hope they don't have unfinished business. I hope they have unfinished business to take care of. Um, let's see what's going on with Charlotte, man. She's back now, so let's see who's gonna step up to the plate. And
I think we're gonna get Charlotte and Sonya tonight in some way, shape, or form.
well, at 6 o'clock they announced some of the matches, so we'll see. We'll see.
Um, we have a lot coming your way this week. Christian, we actually have a back-to-back AEW. We missed last week's episode, but we'll do like a quick, like it won't be a long recap. We'll have you just do a quick rundown of what happened. And then we have AEW Dynamite from this past Wednesday that we're going to recap. We have WWE Monday Night Raw that we're going to recap. We also have our WWE Royal Rumble 2023 predictions. And then Royal Rumble 2023 comes to you live on January 28th. It's going to be a great night. I'm so excited for it. and we will obviously have a recap. Cody, dude, a lot coming right. I'm on the wrong show. I was about to say something from Raw. My match of the night, my moment of the night from SmackDown was God, what did I like? I don't even really know what I liked from SmackDown, honestly. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say seeing Liv smack Raquel. I wasn't expecting it. So, but
So
listen,
shocking.
thank you for joining me again, my
Thank
friend.
you for having me, my brother. I'll see you
We,
for Dynamite.
dude, yeah, Dynamite's gonna be killer, and we will see you guys for AEW Dynamite. Stay with us. Have a great night. Stay safe and stay uncensored. Bye, y'all.
Peace.